Okay, so lastly, I just want to show you how to cross multiply. It is a good idea to practice both strategies. So this is just another option that if you want to use it, feel free to. Okay, so 4 6 is equal to x over 24. When we're cross multiplying, all it means is that you're going to take your denominator from one side and multiply it across with your numerator on the other side, and then you're going to do the same thing here with the denominator and across to the numerator. So 24 times 4 gives me 96. 6 times x gives me 6x. Okay. This here, when you have something that looks like this should look very familiar to you guys because we worked with questions like this during our algebra unit. So now all you need to do is solve for x, which means we need to isolate x. We need to get x by itself. In order to do that, remember that 6 times x, or 6x beside each other, means to multiply. So when I bring this over to the other side of the equal sign, I'm doing the opposite operation, which means dividing. So 96 divided by 6 is x, and then all I'm doing is I'm dividing. 96 divided by 6, which gives me 16, so I know that x equals 16. That is my answer. To double check, obviously I'm going to put 16 where my x is, and when I work this out, again, you can use a calculator quickly to check. 4 divided by 6 should give me the exact same decimal as 16 divided by 24. Okay? Just moving on to a second example. So these are numbers from one of the examples that we've used already. So again, you're cross multiplying. So essentially all you're doing is you're taking the two numbers that you are given to you. So not the one where you have a variable. You're multiplying these together and dividing by whatever number is left over. So you'll see in the next example, it's the exact same thing. So 100 times 15 is 1500. X times 37.5 is 37.5 x. Now I need to isolate x. So again, I am moving my 37.5 over to this side of the equal sign. Another strategy that you might be familiar with in our algebra unit is to divide this number by itself. And then you also divide this number by the same thing. So 37 divided by 37.5 divided by 37.5 will give you 1x, which means x is left by itself. And then 1500 divided by 37.5 gives you 40. So it's the same thing as this first strategy. This is maybe just a shortcut because you're not putting both your numbers at the bottom there that you're dividing by, but if you're familiar with that way, then please do that. And then the last question here, the last example, again, I'm using my numbers that I have that are given to me, so I'm leaving the x by itself. So essentially I'm multiplying these numbers together and then I'm going to be dividing by whatever number is left. So 100 times 34, 3400, 80 times x, 80x. And now I'm using the same strategy. So I'm moving this over to this side. 3400 divided by 80 equals x. Therefore, 42.5 equals x. Okay, so pretty simple. Choose whatever strategy you prefer.